the focus on the boost is absolutely crazy. Get closer to the play, get closer to the play. If I'm passing now, there's absolutely no opportunity for you to do. You gotta be comfortable with driving backwards. Like, you're just too far away from the ball. Like, you're too far away from this play to even potentially contribute. If Juju, what is his name? Jewy, I don't know. If he messes up and he just fumbles around and he leaves the goal open, you just cut in and score. Like, and then see, I'll be rotating back. But when I get accustomed, like, if you do this just sometimes, but most of the time you're back. So most of the time, I'm gonna assume you're back, and I'm gonna try and do things that I typically wouldn't, and overcommit probably on my end, just to, you know, push my limits and see if I can make that goal. If I do get the setup. So there was a very small opportunity there, but I mean, there's nobody in the goal, and if you're fast enough, that's maybe a goal, you know. Man, it's like you default to boost. You got 76 boost, brother. 76 boost. Just stay in the play. So you see, boom, I have possession. I knock it over the one guy. Now we have no idea what's going on. And first of all, the boost ain't even there. And for some reason, this guy's... What's going on here? Why? Luckily, I beat the guy in the 1v1. Like... This guy was trying to play smart, but he messed up. What is this other guy doing? What are these camera settings? Did he forget what team he was on? Miranda, did you change your name? What are you doing? I don't... There's no way this is serious. These are like default camera settings. What is this? I don't... That's who we're going up against. Did we lose this? Please don't tell me that we lost this. So let's see, I'm going to count the goals. We're blue team 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got 4. And they had 1. Okay, so it makes sense. We won this game. It's probably why it's labeled WCF. I could have chased that ball and been closer. You know, I could have. That would make me ball chasey, and I was trying to give Bubba an opportunity to contribute for the team. Slow down. There's at this point there's no. I guess I gotta watch this POV. Well, we could have got scored on right there too. So, if you're gonna go for boost, on kickoff, do it immediately. And get there as quickly as possible and turn back. Like, you gotta make sure you turn. Okay, so I'm gonna pretend, boom, alright. I'm gonna pretend like kickoff just started, okay? Immediately you're going for this, and as soon as you lined yourself up, you're switching back to ball cam, and you're looking back at the play, waiting for like the 50-50 to happen at kickoff, and see what happens. And at that point, you decide what to do. If your teammate lost the kickoff and you need to go back to the goal, or if you need to push up the field and get ready for an offensive push. You know, all this kind of stuff. When you do this, you need to be going down the middle paths, and you need to be rushing to get into a position where you can actually benefit the team. Taking this back boost, it's not the best thing, because see, you're forcing me to ball chase here. So luckily I get their boost. Use a little bit, flip, use a little bit more. See, I'm collecting pads. I use boost there, and I'm back, and I have 99 boost, 100 boost. I didn't really need ET use that much to save that ball. I could have had 12 boost and made that save. But yeah, let's look back at this position right here. So at this point, it is a terrible spot to stop. Your opponent's on the attack, and you're at the front post with your car facing your corner, not the ball, the corner. Not what you want. You want the car to be facing. You want to be consciously trying to put your car in between the ball and his shooting angle, where you think he's going to shoot, to just block, just to get in the way of this shot. So if you were like right, I'm going to go back a smidge here. So let's say, instead of stopping, you'd be like right here, and you could potentially jump and save this from it starting, you know, without it being a real big threat. And even if you did miss, I've got your back. I'm behind you. Because there's no way, like, you basically forced me to save that ball. So so you're a little bit late getting there. I paused there because I wanted to make a comment. So, okay, so you land, you see I'm recovering, you need to be going. You need to be preparing to get underneath the ball, like get in a position where you could, you know, pressure them. Because when you don't, you're just giving them free reign to make up another play. So, see, he even misses there. It's better to go up into the play and pressure them, because, I mean, obviously if you pressure them, they're more likely to make a mistake. And when they make that mistake, you can capitalize. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to score. You can set up a pass, you can get it up the field, you know. Because when you wait like that, there's a lot of hesitation in your gameplay, which is to be expected. But, you know, drive challenges. Drive into the play. You want to drive into the play, and then wait upfield. That's what I've learned as a champ. You want to move up the play, and then pressure them. If they mess up, you know, counterattack, you know, with their mess up, and keep applying pressure. If you don't apply pressure and you just wait in the goal, you're probably going to put yourself in a bad spot. So you actually win the 50 here. That's kind of what I wanted you to do at the first shot. So here you're upfield and you just grab the 100 boost. I don't know if you realized it or not. You could kind of stay here for a little bit, maybe, depending on if you've seen me going for this and winning the challenge or whatnot. But probably the safer option is to go back. Okay, you see he's gave up possession. You need to be like stopping and turning back to the right, grabbing that right pad, literally this closest one to the right. I feel like I probably don't have to point this out, but spin, you know, grab this pad. if you used any boost, and just watch. Just watch. And if I pass it to you, then I pass it to you. But then I realized they gave me space, so obviously I made a slow touch. I was going to try and play it off that, because there's been times in the past where they gave me space, and I see, like, I didn't quite see you quick enough to really, like, make a pass here. But there have been times where I see you upfield at the mid boost, and it's like, okay, sweet, he's in a position for a pass, and I go to pass, and you just immediately defaulted back to go back into the net, because your default is, well, they took my corner boost, so I got to go upfield and get the mid boost, and when I get the mid boost, I got to go right back to the post, like to the goal, and that's not a good default. Like, I mean, it's better than some. I will say that. It's better than ball chasing and ruining the offensive play with your teammate, you know, making a good offensive play and you ruining it. But it's still bad. Can we score here? Can we score here? Okay, well, wasn't the greatest touch by me. I really don't know what's going on here. Okay, so at any moment of contact with the ball, you don't need to be flipping. Like, when you're off the ball. So that flip was fine to gain a little bit of speed, but I'd say at this point, you probably want to be prepared to, you know, make a hard right and turn, potentially for a pass. If not, you're just going to default back to going from the back post, which is, you know, could be worse, like I said. We profit, we score, whatever. They totally had enough time to score this. See, that's good positioning on you right here. So how you see how you kind of moved up here, and okay, I'm gonna go back and slow this down. So you see the opponent challenging, and then you see him mess up. Like, at worst or at best that he's gonna do, worst for us, is he's gonna bang it off the wall and it's gonna recenter. And at that point, you just spin around to the left, or make a complete U-turn to the right, whichever one. Probably, preferably to the left, and get ready to go back post. But you see him mess up, and I'm upfield. Now I gotta go back and look at me, because what am I doing? Am I defaulting to boost? Is that what's happening? So I didn't grab that boost pad. He kind of outplayed me with a little touch there. I shouldn't have jumped for this. So I made that touch. I probably could have slowed down and got that boost maybe. But I figured the other guy was going to be on my ass trying to get that boost. Where is he? Man, this guy... One of these guys is really weird. I forget which one it is. So, I figured when this guy was recovering, he was either going to be recovering this way and watching the play, and he'd see that this boost was open. He'd try and grab it, maybe interfere with the play from behind. That's just my thoughts as I'm playing, especially if I'm hearing sounds. So I'm gonna try and listen closely here. I turned my music back up because I thought I was gonna be playing, but down. I heard engine sounds right there in the corner, so I figured that boost was gonna get taken, or I was gonna be contested for the boost. So I didn't go for it. And I rushed this. I definitely could have slowed down and probably took my time here. You can see he outplays himself because he just kind of bangs against the wall. Okay. See how I never really defaulted back immediately looking for a big boost. So I tried to get that one because it was right there, you know, on the way. I grab a pad. Grab this pad. I'm waiting. Okay. Doesn't matter. Now the ball's going over here. I'm gonna collect this boost. I'm gonna try and knock it up. Didn't really do much, you know. I'm still not that great, you know. I'm not perfect, mechanically especially. But an outplay can be a little bit. You don't gotta be flawless. So I tried to learn from my mistake here and slow it down, but immediately. So I seen him going for this, so I turned back. Yeah, okay. So, here's me trying to correct myself mid-game because I was like, man, I know what I did. See, like, I'm trying to fix my mistakes as I'm doing them in the same game because I'm self-aware of what I'm doing because I just am. Most of the time, I'm pretty self-aware. I knew that I'd overcommitted on this one play. This one right here. I knew I'd overcommitted on this play. And I was like, ah, man. Okay, gotta do the polar opposite, try and slow things down. That's what I'm gonna do. So next time that opportunity happens, I'm just gonna wait for him to outplay himself. And I kind of got bumped. And I was like, okay, well, I should have fake challenged. Doesn't look like the boost is there. I should have spun around. Oh, I couldn't have been. Let's see. This is dangerous. I probably should have just went to the boost if it was there. If it wasn't there, no big deal. And just kind of be shadowing. That's what I should have done right here. So, conceded the goal there. Not bad though. I already know what I've done wrong. Most people don't even know that much. They don't score again. So they're giving me space. I'm gonna pop it over the one. Really don't have much control here. Tried to outplay. Didn't necessarily work. So just went back. Got a nice little save here. Really, that shouldn't be my ball to go for, because I'm all the way, like, if you go upfield here, so boom, they're taking the ball to the left side of the field, I'm on the right side of the field, I'm going to watch your peel. Okay, so you see me going up for this. You should. This should be a thing, a focus. Watch your teammate. Trust your teammate. I'm not saying there aren't times where, you know, everyone messes up and you need to have their back. But that doesn't necessarily mean assume always that they're going to miss. 'Cause sometimes that can actually be bad. I don't like how there's touches being made here and ball cam is not turned on. But I understand you're trying to go for the boost. So, back to my original point that I was going to make. So, I'm on the right side of the field. I don't necessarily even blame you for going this far back. I really don't. Because I'm still upfield, and you probably assume that I'm rotating back. And they're making weird touches. They're bumping each other. I guess you were waiting. So, you actually made a good play here, I think. So, you see him taking it to the wall. Personally, I think I would have actually pressured him more, like going to the wall. I think that's what I'm seeing. But you see him banging off the wall, and you probably assume, okay, well, it's banging off the wall, and it may be coming back my way. So that's me trying to understand your POV of that. But it's the fast reaction times plus the mechanics that make. It's like the fast decision making, the mechanics, consistency, and the decision making. Like obviously, decision making kind of involves with the fastness part of it, but it's all kind of like, you know, squeezed together into this play, because that goal wouldn't be possible if I just kind of defaulted back, because there's no point in defaulting back. You got to pressure up. I grabbed 100 boost. I see them messing around. I'm gonna pressure that. I didn't necessarily have. That was kind of risky on my part, but I knew they were bad, and we're up a goal. Were we up a goal at that time? Yeah, we were up a goal. We hadn't scored yet on the screen. That's fun. We were up a goal, so I was like, you know, heck it. Let's, you know, keep the attack going. I got a teammate back. I'm gonna take the risk. I don't know what that was about. I really don't know. So, when I see you looking back, your teammate is clear. He can't really be serious, right? What? And this is why you don't stay in the goal. Like, the one thing you can do as a bad player is probably... it's gonna contradict a lot of things I say, but sometimes the best thing you can do as a bad player is be fast, because it's not hard to be fast and hit the ball. Even if the hit you make doesn't contribute immediately to a goal, it's still better to be fast. There's nothing he could have done there, though. Like, his read on that was going to be bad, and it's all because his teammate set up a... What? Why did he even do this? This is like the equivalent of Dylan going, "New kickoff," and then the other guy realizing that he's doing that. Like, I do a little flip here, and I see that. So of course, I'm just slamming on the brakes, and I'll just take control of the play, grab a boost pad, flip over, boom, easy. Easy 1, 2, 3, you know? I don't really feel the need to watch the rest of this. There's one more save here. Go back and see why they even got the shot. See, I'm closer to the play here. So I'm cutting in. See, I'll say I'm closer to the ball, so I can maintain the offensive pressure by just turning in, you know. But that's a speed thing. And I kind of messed up. I went past the ball a little bit. But I got a touch kind of midfield for a pass. And I'm demoed, so I'm going to spawn back in the corner. So it's not really a bad thing. Now, hold up. Alright, it was the other decent one that was going for this. What? It was a... This guy's decent, okay? He knew that he had his flip because he was off the ceiling and he didn't jump off the ceiling. This guy is actually decent. His teammate... Yeah, that's basically how it goes when... I would much rather my teammate play safer and not mess me up offensively like this than do this. Like, this is worse, because not only are you messing me up offensively, but now both of us aren't going to be get back on, like, we aren't going to get back on defense. Now, it doesn't look like we capitalized the most out of this. Outplay one. Oh, okay. Well, I remember this now. So, I could have let you have this, but to a speed thing, I didn't know if you were going to recover from that flip. Your car is facing the sidewall, and potentially this guy's going for a demo. I don't know. I'm trying to beat him. I actually bumped him, but I actually noticed you recover, and so I try to immediately turn to the left and get out of your way, and that probably got in your way. Which, I mean, it's not a huge deal, but if we were tied, you know, if you would have swung the way you needed to be, I would have been in the way. But, to be fair, so typically the green rule of thumb is whoever doesn't see the other, it's your turn. So, unless you see the other do a specific action that may take them out of the play. So when I see this, and with your tendencies, I'm assuming you're going for the boost. That's what you've been doing, and I know my speed, my skill level, so I know I can score this. But I wasn't trying to score this at this point. Like literally milliseconds later, I realized that, hey, you're still here, and I couldn't shoot it the way I want to shoot it anyway because I wanted to be where he's at to shoot it. Because that's the angle, obviously, I need to get at. So I don't think I heard a clank, but I didn't see sparks. Let's see. There's sparks. I did touch you a little bit, but I tried very hard to not touch you. As soon as I realized, hey, you're still there, I started turning left. Because if not, I would have been trying to go where where you're at, trying to go to that corner boost, cut back in, and score. That's what I was going to try and do. But it's a little mishap there. You know, it happens. That's all that is. You definitely had the angle to shoot that better than me. That's one of them moments where I guess just kind of happens. Everyone's kind of making assumptions. Because, well, the green rule of thumb I said is, if you can see your teammate, it's probably their turn in ways. So we can both see each other in this. But my POV of you, actually, I don't. I mean, I kind of see you there, you know, and obviously know to look over there to see where you're at. But like I said, when I seen you land like this, and especially going towards the boost that's there, it's a pretty good assumption that you're going over there. And trust me, I tried to turn out of the way. I guess I could have slammed on the brakes, but I still wanted to be, just in case that you decided, hey, take it, you know, that I could still contribute. But at that point, I was already too close, and I bumped you a little bit. So, but that looks like all this game had to offer. I should have boosted a little bit to get that boost. I guess there's one more thing I could have pointed out here. So, instead of bouncing it off the wall, because see, when you bounce it off the wall, you buy time for the other team to touch it again. Potentially, he could have scored this. bouncing it off the wall is not the greatest plan, especially if it's not going up the field very fast. Which is, I mean, it was trying to go up the field, but you really want to try and approach the ball from the right and swing on it to the left and take it upfield. Maybe even take it to the left side of the field, because then you can start an outplay. Because really, you're left with one option or limited options when you just dribble it straight towards their net. But we're not even there yet. We're still banging it off the wall. I think that's all that has to offer for now.